Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to week 49 of Spotlight on Success. This is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the CEO of Global Innovation Strategies and your success strategist. Today, we are talking about delegate to elevate, unlocking growth and balance in your business. For solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and business owners, the key to scaling lies in delegating to elevate. By effectively leveraging the strength of others, you free yourself from being bogged down by the minutiae, allowing you to focus on driving strategic initiatives that propel your business forward. Here's how you can harness the power of delegation. First and foremost is you need to understand and recognize the value. If we're going to unlock growth and balance in our business so that we can scale exponentially and sustainably, we have to really double down on why delegation matters. And it's not about giving up control. That's, as solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, business leaders, etc., we get great at execution. But at some point, in order to go up to 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 foot view and be the visionary and the orchestrator of this long-term success of a business, we're going to need to have to let go of micromanaging or managing every single aspect of our organization strategically, operationally, and tactically. So understanding and recognizing that we simply cannot scale to the heights that we want to take our business is first. Why it matters is so that you can focus on high value tasks like strategy, vision, innovation, while empowering a team, whatever form that looks like. If it's partnerships, if it's your own employees, if it's a bunch of 1099 contractors, if it's you having a relationship with a customer and you're advising instead of operationally or tactically moving something forward. All of these are ways that you can delegate to enable you to elevate up to the higher realms where you're focusing on and amplifying your impact through others. So an example is entrepreneurs who delegate administrative tasks really see faster progress in launching new products and services because they can focus and concentrate on strategic goal achievement, right? So our tip for this next week or challenge to the end of the year is to identify 1 to 3 tasks that someone else could handle more effectively because you want to be focused on your vision, your strategy, the innovation, empowerment, creating that new strategic framework for 2025 and beyond, and working to put the resources in place to operationalize it successfully so that you can achieve the revenue and impact goals that you are setting. So we want you to 1 to 3 tasks, identify them, delegate them, and communicate according to these later points we're going to make so that you can get freed up to do the higher level, longer term sustainability and success activities that your business really needs you to be doing. Second is identifying what to delegate. So offloading wisely. Not every task is meant for delegation. So knowing what to offload is critical. So we want to be looking at repetitive tasks like scheduling, data entry, customer support, specialized tasks that maybe you don't have the background for, like graphic design or accounting or other legal compliance regulatory things, unless that's in your sweet spot, and unless you need to be involved, if you can basically create the outcome, orchestrate and manage priorities, we want you to be, again, focusing on the vision, the strategy, innovation, and operationalizing or orchestration, the operationalization of that to create higher revenue, higher impact in the ecosystems that you're a part of. And then any other low priority items. We have a wonderful book that we can pull from here, and that's who, not how, right? And that's by Mr. Dan Sullivan. And if you look at that, he creates this discussion with regard to a number, right? You as the CEO, you as the business leader, you as a solopreneur, entrepreneur are worth in a business development strategy implementation standpoint a far higher number than other resources that you can delegate to. So that the way that they go about doing this is you say how many hours you want to be working. You say how much revenue you want your overall business to create. You then divide that. That's your bright blue line. If a task is going to generate less than that number, you're going to look for ways to delegate it. How do we prioritize delegate? Again, if it's something with regard to business sustainability, if it's compliance, if it's records, if it's something with automation that keeps you in business ongoing, in good standing, your certification, your annual reports, your taxes, other legalities, other regulations, other compliance mechanisms, cyber privacy, et cetera, that you need to adhere to, then that's what you're going to look at. How can you automate and delegate that first and foremost? Because those are sustainability. Without taking care of that, your business cannot continue to run and operate. Next, we're going to look at what are the things that are going to enable you to derive the greatest amount of additional revenue and or impact in your ecosystem. Where can we automate or delegate if, again, the number that it from an ROI standpoint is below your bright blue line, we're going to look at, see how can we delegate. The next is cost savings. You might interchange this with revenue growth and impact creation is cost savings or cost efficiencies. We can do these in parallel, i.e. they can be prioritized at the same level, depending, or higher or lower, right? Depending on where you're at. What's most important? Is it more important for you to prune and focus on cost efficiencies and cost effectiveness, or is it more important for you to focus on innovation and ways for you to derive greater amounts of revenue? So are you building up your balanced portfolio of products and services, passive and active revenue streams, or impact through other means of awareness, engagement, knowledge and skill building, etc. So you decide what's most important to you given this particular point in time. And then you're going to seek for ways to delegate, delegate, delegate. So again, 1 to 3 tasks. We want you to retain those things, again, that are equal to or above your bright blue line number and that are in your core strengths, are related to strategy, are related to brand identity, are related to partnerships, are related to customer relationships. Those things that are going to basically help exponentially enable you to achieve higher revenues, lower costs, or greater impact. We want you to continue to do those, right? So we don't want you to delegate that. You're still the face to the, and the name to the business. So the brand, the reputation, the feeling, the emotion, the relationship building still, right, needs probably be focused on by you until you grow large enough to get an account team where you can introduce these other resources if you're not already there. So again, what to delegate, what to retain, and then a tip. You can do a 1-week time audit, categorize activities into must do myself and could delegate. Again, the easiest way is that bright blue line, right? So first is, how important is this to my business? I.e., does it keep me in business? Am I generating additional revenues or impact? Am I cutting costs, or is it just operationally or tactically necessary to continue support internal or for my external partners and clients? And then for those could delegate, you want to prioritize those that fit into the highest category for you to take on early, mid, and late year. So you want to uncover opportunities for offloading on an ongoing basis. And this may change priority-wise over the course of the year, depending on where you're at with your forecasts, with your achievement of your strategic goals, your revenue impact goals, your cost efficiencies, your creation of new partnerships, your sustainment of a current client base or growth of new clients, right? You decide which quarter, which cycle, what activities are necessary most for you to delegate. And then next is finding the right people, right? There's no two people are alike to you because they have different skills, different perspectives, different ways of doing business. But what they have to do is match your mission, match your vision, match your strategic goals, and they have to be willing to be focused on success of your organization writ large, especially in the areas that you've asked them to take on this tasking with. So you can explore many different platforms out there in the ecosystem, but the most important thing is pre-assess. I would say pre-assess in this who, not how. Dan Sullivan has a framework. You can look it up online, and there's a resource, a special resource that you can gain access to enable you to articulate what's most important to this delegation idea, because basically they are your partner in success in this area, and you want to make sure you're scoping the ask, the outcome, and the relationship so that everyone can get a win and success from it. So not only are there different platforms you can look for talent on, there's different ways you can approach the skill, reliability, alignment with your business values, pre-assessments, right? I would say there's nothing better than a well-oiled machine from an organization standpoint, and that takes assessment and thought, because you need the right person in the right place on the right vehicle to get you where you're trying to go from a delegation and an exponential utilization of that resource. So I would say assess often so that you make sure you have the right person in the right place. And you can start small, delegate a non-critical task to test their capabilities, and then exponentially scale. What do you do on an ongoing basis? It really is going to boil down to communicating effectively. Successive delegation hinges on clear communication. We need to set and manage expectations early and often. We have to sometimes provide explicit instructions, or sometimes we have to provide outcomes and results we want them to achieve on our behalf and give them the leeway to innovate, to help create an outcome and a result in a manner that is outside of our box, so to speak, right? So don't levy necessarily the how, levy or negotiate and partner on the successful results and outcomes that you want them to achieve in partnership with others and yourself on behalf of the organization. Much more powerful, much more empowering, and it really enables innovation to help you scale exponentially. So deadlines, yes. Quality standards, yes. Other compliance, core value, business operational scoping and guidance, yes. Explicit instructions, unless you have a need, and I would even say then sometimes it's better if we ask the delegatee to think something through anew so that we can look at how we can automate it so that, again, they can harness their gifts, their powers that they're bringing to you so that you will have access to new knowledge, new tools, new technologies that you might not have already been aware of. So try to help the senior leader kind of through an upside down mentorship or advisory and allow your delegatee to pitch something to you if they have a better way. Another thing is to ensure we're using technology, right? In communications, again, one of the last things is we want to establish regular check-ins. We want to offer guidance. We want to address issues. And then, of course, we want to celebrate when milestones are met and more than likely exceeded. How do we do this? Is through the use of technology. PM tools abound now, making delegation streamlined, seamless, and efficient. We have so many project management tools, communication tools, automation, Asana, ClickUp, Slack, Microsoft Teams, Planner, Project, many other, Zapier, HubSpot, you name it, they've got a gazillion AI enabled tools to help you create repetitive workflows, to help keep tasks organized, to help you with collaboration. And I'm just mentioning a couple. There are so many, and perhaps in a later session, we will look at some of the technology that is AI enabled and integrative to help you at each of these layers. But just know that there's project management tools, task organization tools, communication tools, and automation integration platforms that can help really focus you on simplified task delegation and ongoing asynchronous communication so that you're not using all your time in orchestration and follow-up, right? You want to be able to scope, you want to be able to have someone put it into these tools, and you want to be able to look at a dashboard or a scorecard or some type of automated visualization to help you understand, are you on track, off track, and then be able to course correct or exponentially magnify or expand the delegation depending on how well it's going. And oftentimes, again, this last point is key. It begins with you shifting your mindset, because delegation really can only occur when you let go of the I must or can do it all mentality, because it's really, that's all about fear. So when we shift from no one can do it like I can do it to recognizing the value of empowering others and letting them harness their expertise, skills, and gifts to innovate on your and your organization's behalf, that's when you're going to build trust. That's when you're going to be able to scale your role. That's when you're going to be able to have these major breakthroughs in operational expansion, because you're going to be able to focus on your high value task, which enables your business and your ecosystem to thrive. So again, start small, delegate one non-critical task, observe the results, recognize, empower, enlarge that delegation to continue to build trust, and then recognize and celebrate. We want to positively reinforce the behavioral change, not only for yourself, but for others, so that they can be seen as your trusted partners in moving your organization forward. So again, delegation is not just a practical tool, it's a transformative strategy, because you are freeing yourself from unnecessary tasks. Dan Sullivan has another book that may be so eye-opening to you, and that's, it's easier to 10x than 2x, because you as a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, business leader, have to become a new person. You have to focus on the 20% of what you're doing, who you're serving, customers, partners, people, ecosystems, to enable your organization to scale to 10x. And therefore you have to prune continuously every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year. And you have to move to a 2.0, a 3.0, a 4.0, 5.0 version of you as a solopreneur, entrepreneur, and leader to be able to scale your business to that level. So what's the key? The key is you. The key is your mindset. The key is your willingness to get out of your own way and delegate to elevate. So business growth, entrepreneurship, efficiency, growing leadership skills. Start small, build systems, trust the process, and together with your delegatees, you will lighten your load, empower your team, and achieve sustainable growth and scalability for your business in 2025 and beyond. This is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the Success Strategy, bringing you week 49 of Spotlight on Success.